Let's have a face-off, folks. Now, this is what the 2021 Ford Bronco looked like as a Jeep, and vice versa. And boy, oh boy, don't it look marvelous. This rendering is by Motor Trend. And they swapped the Bronco face with the Wrangler face, and the results are quite weird. Now look, we get it. This is sacrilegious. We're slapping God in the face, going against nature, all of that. But we just couldn't help ourselves, and I just can't help myself but admire this, because it looks amazing. And also weird. Now we just had to know what the 2021 Ford Bronco would look like with a Jeep Wrangler face. And then once we had that mongrel rendered, our curiosity for what the Wrangler might look like with a new Bronco face got the best of us. So we rendered that too. You either are very, very welcome, or we are so, so sorry. And in a way, they can be so, so sorry. But this is just something to entertain you regarding the Ford Bronco as you wait for yours to show up in your driveway. Why the face swap? Because the Bronco is here to try and take the Wrangler's lunch in the mid-size hardcore off-road 4x4 segment. Both SUVs promise more capability than most owners will ever need. Both can have their doors and roofs stripped off with relative ease, and both reach back in time to distant iconic ancestors for name recognition. The Bronco lineage stretches back to 1966, while the Jeep can trace its roots to the battlefields of World War II. There are two sides of the same coin, and now we've swapped the coins, side for heads to tails, and back. Now, if you figure the Jeep Wrangler's relatively narrow pinch face, let's take a look at that. Usually stuff between the two open fenders wouldn't translate well. The Ford Bronco full width, square jawed face, well, you were right, it doesn't. To fit the Wrangler mug on the Bronco, we inadvertently gave it the appearance of an atrocious front overhang, something that definitely undoes the Bronco Wrangler challenging approach angle. In fact, more than a few of our staffers pointed out how the Ford Wrangler looks like the now defunct Jeep Patriot subcompact crossover. Yeah, can you imagine? Face issue inside, the rest of the Bronco looks very Jeep-like. We sprinkle some goodies from the Wrangler Rubicon off-road trim over the Bronco, including the red painted tow hooks and the bumper, the Rubicon lettering on the front fender, and the Rubicon 17-inch wheels. We didn't touch anything else. While the Ford may appear to be a set of square-off fenders away from the going full Wrangler, that bulky front end ensures that the SUV remain distinct, even with our face-swapping antics. Now, unlike the Jeep or the Jeepified Bronco, the Bronco 5 Jeep looks at least up front like neither 4x4. Instead, it vaguely resembles a modern Toyota FJ40, narrowing the Bronco full-width grille and headlight binnacle to fit between the Jeep's front fender scales. It's down to a then small-eyed vistage, in line with the classic Toyota off-roader look. Now for fun, we lifted the key features from the new Bronco Wildtrak off-road trim level, including the Method brand bid-lock capable wheels, the steel front bumper, and the available LED light bar. In place of the Wrangler Rubicon hood decals, we slapped the Ford Wildtrak lettering, and we added the Bucking Bronco badge, where the Jeep trail-rated Rondrels live on the front fender. Since this is not a Bronco, we changed the Bronco lettering in the grille to something in between the Bronco and the Wrangler worlds. So we have learned the 2021 Ford Bronco and the Jeep Wrangler are cut from similar cloth, but each is unique enough that trying to meld them into one another doesn't exactly work. Each offers a distinct appeal, with the Bronco Bikesy style faithfully reviving the modernizing the original Ford 4x4 look from the 1960s, and the Wrangler open fender wildness remains unlike anything else you can buy new today. The interior of the Bronco is just second to none, folks. And with that donut door, that is just epic. It'll never make production though, but it's still quite epic. Nice windows. You got nothing but air everywhere. Just the most eerie filled SUV you'll probably ever feel. That's like a new word. And look at this seat and how it arches right here. I never noticed that about the Bronco, but now I'm looking and I see that. You don't get that much here, but when you go back here, you definitely get that. Now this is the leather seatings. This is the instrument cluster, which is definitely nice. And everything's just easy to read like the old Broncos from 1966. The gauges were really, really simple and easy to read. And Ford has kept true to that. And here's the beeper, folks. This is a rendering with the Wildtrak on the side. This is a rendering by Motor Trend magazine. It's always nice to have some fun every now and then. Definitely nice. Take a look at this, folks. It's definitely epic. Let's just have some fun. Check out the photos. I really like how the navigation is just flat with the console here. And now you have the start and stop button right here. And how it looks like the headlight with the LEDs right here. And the grab handles, which are quite epic. Again, this is the rendering by Motor Trend. Of course, when you put your cooler inside of the Bronco, you also have the tie downs here, so it doesn't fly everywhere. As you can see, very helpful. And it seemed like it even has a motor here too for the cooler. Of course, this is the manual with the crawler gear. As you can see here, the C. That donut door looks epic out of the side. The one thing I noticed about the seat backs are really nice. You see how they curve in right here for your legs? And then I think this right somewhere I think is the this design is quite nice too. I'm trying to see what function that has, but I think you can fold those seats, and I think that might, if you raise this up, like, I think it might fold the seats. That's a good question, but I think so. And the one thing that's cool is that when the seats sit like this, so you can just put things underneath it. That's quite nice. And again, you have the auxiliary switches up here too as well. The auxiliary switches, like, there's 1 through 6. Again, you got the temperature gauges, your RPM gauges. Definitely nice. And you also have your compass too. You also have your accessory rack as well, for your cell phone and electronics. Your USB connector too as well. Again, this is just a closer look at underneath the seats. And again, this appears to be a speaker. At least that's what it looks like. Zay Automotive Reviews, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.